Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my Let's Play Diablo 3. And we are on the road to Alcarnus now. Is the I think it's the second chapter in Act 2. And basically going to Alcarnus to hunt down Maghda, who has been a right thorn in our side for a while now. So yes, we're kind of heading that way, and kind of trekking across more sandy, windy desert, and obviously dealing with cult members, as you can see here, etc., etc. And you know, note that I'm still running around with Enchantress at the moment. And you know, I think I mentioned this at the end of my last video, but not everyone makes it that far. And I will ask again, which of the three companions, there's the Templar, the Scoundrel, and the Enchantress, would you prefer that I continue using as my companion? So the Templar, obviously, he's mostly brute force, melee DPS type of person. He can occasionally, depending on the kind of skills I give him, tank and take some of the aggro from the mobs off of me and himself, etc. With the Enchantress, obviously she is a ranged fighter. I mean, she's kind of like a warlock or something. Then the Scoundrel, I believe he does ranged weapons as well. He uses bows and arrows and things, and he's kind of like a rogue in World of Warcraft, that type of a character. So, which of the three would you like me to continue? I've not really done much of anything with the rogue, with the Scoundrel ever. I usually either use the Templar or the Enchantress, so. But I will let my viewers choose. Now going back to what you're watching on the screen, so I found a hidden, well, it wasn't really hidden, but basically entrance to ruins. Just call them just plain up low ruins. We'll run into ruins like this again in the future. There's a number of them that look like this, which is interesting. You kind of go down below ground and then you've got all this sand and things, but then you've got like stairs and stone structures, and obviously this was built by somebody at some point. And I don't know if this was deliberately built underground or if it had been, you know, out in the middle of the desert at one point and just got was abandoned and consumed by the sand. In which case it makes me wonder, if it was consumed by the sand, why there's all this running around to begin with. So, anywho, it is a fantasy, and we do have to suspend our disbeliefs for some of this stuff, one way or the other. But I think these are definitely interesting types of ruins and things to see, and a little bit more interesting than just the cave systems. You know, if it was just caves that you got to run around in, would be one thing. But having these other types of dungeons, so to speak, that you can run around in, it just kind of makes things a little bit more interesting, I think. And that's probably why they did it, so it's not all the same. And you know, a far cry from the original Diablo, which, you know, the only thing you ran around in was the cathedral, and that was it. Obviously we did do the cathedral here in the early stage of Diablo 3, but we quickly left the cathedral behind after we rescued Uncle Deckard, and after we took out the Skeleton King and rescued the Stranger. And then that was pretty much the last time we went into the cathedral. And I guess we could run it again if we wanted to, but there's kind of no point. There's really no point to doing it. So, anywho. But this particular dungeon or whatever the ruins here are. There's actually no quest to complete here. There's no reason to come down here except for, you know, getting experience, and you can take on some of these types of mobs and things that are a little bit more powerful, and they might have some good drops for you. And then of course treasure chests and that kind of stuff. Yep, here we go. Here's some of the good mobs right here. We've got Yar the Greedy. Let's see if he ended up with some good loot. Just a lot of gold. Okay. Is what it is. Sometimes they'll drop like yellow loot. Very rarely maybe legendary, but legendary is the orange. I tend to go by color rather than by name because I always forget. Like I know orange is legendary, but I forget. I think it's rare. Yeah, I forget the name of the different colors, but obviously there's green stuff. Green is. I'm trying to remember. Is there green, blue, and yellow and orange? Because I know that's in World of Warcraft. I don't know if they've got the same color levels here or not. But regardless, I'm just gonna run around and look for things, and then it turns out we've got like these statues that basically pull in enemies. Alright, so I think we've taken a good tour of this whole place. Okay, now we're into level 2. Often these dungeons have at least 2 levels. Sometimes you run into one that's just one single level, but oftentimes not. There's another guy. Insignius the Vain is his name. Basically some imp. Yep. Of vision. Alright, so he dropped a couple of things. He dropped a blue one, so yeah, blue. So it's gotta be green, blue, yellow, orange. Just like in World of Warcraft, and orange being the highest level achievable of gear stuff. Yep. Critters, and they're being summoned by this thing, so we better destroy it. Otherwise it'll just keep bringing stuff at us. And so once we've thoroughly explored both levels, then we'll go back up to the desert and see if we can find Alcarnus to take care of that Maghda. But this makes for an interesting little diversion along the way. Plus, as I said, it gets you extra XP, and it gets you, you know, potentially some treasure and that kind of thing, which is always nice. Yeah, more of these serpent guards or whatever, kind of hiding down there. Never destroy those things before it summons the first group of bugs. Alrighty. No, it's 2 of them. Yeah. Oh, and a third one. There's a whole bunch of this here. Oops, also we picked up something yellow too. That's good. I usually wait until I'm done and or my pack is full, and then I kind of start exploring all the kind of loot that I picked up. Because I may or may not want to sell it, so I usually wait until I'm back at base camp before I do that. Because oftentimes a lot of the stuff I pick up I can't use, and so I might as well sell it. Can't use or don't want to because it's just not high enough level. Yep, I got some bugs there. Yep. More lore.
Belial, Lord of Lies, is the most elusive of the 7 evils, and is a master of deceit. It is said that he manipulated Asmodan into revolt against the prime evils. This began the Burning Hell's civil war, which ended with the dark exile of the prime evils to our mortal realm.
Alrighty. I swear Cain lost satchels of his notes like all over the place, didn't he? Alrighty. So yes, and this part of the desert is actually called the Stinging Winds, and for good reason, because you can see how the wind is just driving the sand. I'm just saying, if this was real life, it would hurt a lot to run around in that environment. Of course, my intrepid crusader here is covered head to toe in armor, so she probably doesn't feel it, thankfully. But poor Enchantress who's running around half naked is probably getting stung quite a bit with all that sand. Alright, so, yep, waypoint there. We're getting closer.
The Valrus manuscript lists Asmodan as the best battlefield commander of all demons, having defeated the angels many times in the eternal conflict across Pandemonium and the prime evils in the demonic civil war. If the Lord of Sin ever assaults our realm, we truly have much to fear.
Okay, so we just learned a little bit more about one of the Lords of Power, Asmodan, who we're not facing him right away. The first one we're facing is Belial. We know that he's got something going on in Chaldeum, and he's the one that Maghda is one of his servants, and so it's one of the reasons why we're going to take Maghda out first, because she keeps interfering and basically getting in our way and being a real pain in the ass. So she's next on our hit list right now. Ooh, look at that. It's Addermone. He's kind of a higher level
not ready yet.
Kind of mini bosses that we're gonna see. There we go. Not the greatest loot drop, but that's okay. Alright, so we have finally reached Alcarnus. Now we've got to find Maghda's chambers, but at the same time we also have to take out the various coven members along the way, and rescue citizens that are being caged up by these creepy cult bastards. Right, and they're eating beasts and things as well. And you notice that some of the cult members transform into demons as well, so you can tell that these cultists aren't just, you know, people who are deranged and delusional, but they honestly actually, you know, are, you know, either demon possessed or are demons and disguised as humans in the first place. I think that's always kind of interesting. Alright. Putting people here to deal with. Prisoners to free. While we're at it. I always try to rescue as many prisoners as I can. There's one poor guy up on the rack then. Well, he was dead, but at least I was able to get him cut down. But not much else I can do for him. Alright. Beastie in there. That one was an easy one to get rid of. And I often rescue more than the requisite, because it's this if you rescue 8 of them, I tend to rescue all the ones I see as I keep going. Alright. Alcarnus seems to be killing fast as soon as they can. And slowly but truly, I'm really enjoying this Crusader so far. I was enjoying the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter's a lot of fun, I have to admit. Although, you know, she can take damage. You know, she's ranged, but she can take melee damage fairly well, which is what I liked about her. Not all ranged classes can take heavy DPS damage, melee damage, and so it's always kind of nice when you can. There's my shield bash, I guess. You know, it's just kind of it's kind of nice if you can do range, but if they get too close to you, you know, a couple of hits, they don't just kill you instantly. So one of my problems with working with some of the squishier classes, like warlocks and mages and that kind of thing. Alright. Oh, and there's the blinking yellow circle telling me where to go from here, because we need to find the lair of the witch. There we go, lair of the witch. Drawbridge comes up, and she's got some kind of pentagram.
The light have mercy upon you, Maghda, for I will not.
It matters not. While you hunted me, Belial's Imperial Guard captured your little witch Leah. Soon, her power shall be his.
After her little boasting, now I get to take her on. Now at higher levels of difficulty, this can actually be quite a difficult fight if you're not prepared for it. You've got to watch the bugs that she sends at you. For one, they can actually hurt quite a bit. It's not much of a problem. Normal difficulty level, but the higher ones, you know, absolutely be careful of those. You know, she's always summoning additional cult members and demons and things to help her out with this. And the whole fight can get quite confusing because there's lots of explosions going on and demons coming on. All of it. Did you hear my health got kind of critically low for a second there? Thankfully, I managed to find health pool in time. And finally, we got rid of her, and oh yay, something yellow, good. Oh, and I have no room in my bag. Yep, so I have to, like, I'll throw out anything gray so I can pick up the yellow things. That'd be good. Good stuff, we'll see. And then we'll just go back and turn everything in. But thank you so much for joining me this week. If you are enjoying these episodes, please like, please share, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe. I definitely appreciate all my subscribers, and I love to hear comments and everything. So please comment below and let me know how you like things, and if you have any feedback for me. Alright, so I'm just gonna continue here. We'll call and watch this next last little sequence. I think we have to go back to town to do this. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, definitely anyone who's still watching, thanks for watching all this.
As she died, Maghda swore Belial would rule all. I will not let that happen.
Alright, so that's about the end of it for this week. Take care, bye-bye.